Hello, welcome to my channel WWE Pulse.
In the world of professional wrestling, there is one man who stands out above all others. When it comes to his mastery of the microphone, he has been called the greatest manager of all time and has advocated for some of the biggest names in the business, including Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. His name is Paul Heyman, and he's the topic of today's Superstar Spot. Hey, what's up, guys? And today we are going to be taking a look at the career of Paul Heyman. Make sure that you smash that like button. Leave a comment below letting me know what you think about the great advocate himself, Paul Heyman. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another video. Starting off our look at the career of Paul Heyman, we have to talk about how he got started in the first place. Because, believe it or not, he actually didn't get into wrestling right away. In fact, after graduating college with a degree in communications, he worked for a while as a corporate lawyer before deciding to go into wrestling. But even though he didn't start out in wrestling, once he got started, he quickly became one of the best in the game. He started working for Extreme Championship Wrestling in 1993 and immediately made an impact. He was a big part of the ECW's success in the late 90s and helped to make some of its biggest stars, including Rob Van Dam in 1998. He left ECW to work for World Championship Wrestling and continued to make a name for himself. He helped to book WCW's biggest event of the year, Halloween Havoc, and was responsible for bringing some of its most popular wrestlers to the main event scene, including Scott Steiner and Booker T. However, in 2000, he would leave WCW to take a position with and this is where he really made his mark. When he first arrived in WWE, he was brought in as a writer, but soon moved into an on-screen role as the manager of Big Show. Even though his time managing Big Show wasn't particularly long, it was still important because it led to him becoming the manager of Brock Lesnar, who had just come off of a very successful stint in the UFC, was brought into WWE in 2002. And from the moment he arrived, it was clear that he was a force to be reckoned with. However, despite his success in the ring, Lesnar was still relatively green when it came to the more nuanced aspects of professional wrestling, like cutting promos. That's where Heyman came in. Heyman's job was to help Lesnar cut promos that would make him more popular with the fans. But instead of trying to make Lesnar into a babyface, Heyman decided to embrace his inner heat. And this is where Heyman really began to shine. He helped Lesnar cut promos that were so good they made the audience hate him even more than they already did. And that made them both very successful together. They won multiple championships and had some of the best matches of the era. But unfortunately, their partnership was cut short when Lesnar left WWE in 2006. Now, Paul Heyman would go on to manage other wrestlers in WWE, including The Miz and most notably Curtis Axel. But none of these partnerships would have the same chemistry that he had with Brock Lesnar, and many people consider their time together to be the greatest manager-wrestler relationship of all time. After Lesnar left WWE in 2006, Heyman would continue to work as a manager and occasional wrestler in WWE until 2012. However, during this time, he also took on a new role as the head writer of Raw. In this role, he was responsible for coming up with storylines that would keep fans engaged and excited about the show. He helped to create some of the most memorable moments in Raw history, including the debut of the Shield. But as time went on, it became clear that Heyman was unhappy with his role in WWE. He felt like he was being underutilized and wanted to be given more creative control. In 2013, he would finally get his wish when he was promoted to the position of Executive Director of Raw. As Executive Director, Heyman was in charge of all aspects of the show, from the storylines to the booking to the talent relations. This gave him the creative control that he had been looking for, but it also came with a lot of responsibility. Heyman was now in charge of making sure that every episode of Raw was must-see TV. Unfortunately, he wouldn't be able to keep up with the high expectations, and in 2017, he was demoted back to his old role as head writer. Now, even though he was demoted, Heyman was still one of the most important people in WWE. He was the creative force behind some of the most popular storylines of the modern era, including the rise of Becky Lynch, the return of The Rock, and the ongoing saga between Roman Reigns and the Usos. However, in 2022, he would leave WWE after 20 years with the company to take a position with AEW. Now, even though he's no longer with WWE, Heyman is still one of the most influential people in professional wrestling. His work in AEW has already made a big impact, and he is sure to continue to be a major player in the industry for years to come. Now let's take a closer look at Paul Heyman's character work, which is why he's known as the greatest manager of all time. Heyman is a master of the microphone, and his ability to cut a promo is second to none. He can make you laugh, he can make you angry, and he can make you care about whatever it is that he's talking about. Heyman is also a great storyteller, and he knows how to keep an audience engaged, whether he's telling a personal story or hyping up a match. He does it in a way that makes you feel like you're right there in the middle of the action. Heyman is also a master manipulator, and he knows how to get inside the heads of his opponents. He uses every dirty trick in the book, but somehow always manages to make it look like he's the innocent one. In addition to his promo skills, Heyman is also a great manager. He knows how to get the most out of his clients and how to make them look like $1,000,000. Under his guidance, his clients always seem to improve and become more popular with the fans. Overall, Paul Heyman is the greatest manager of all time. He is a true master of the microphone, and his ability to cut a promo is second to none. He is also a great storyteller and a master manipulator. There has never been anyone quite like him in the world of professional wrestling. Finally, let's take a look at some of Paul Heyman's most iconic moments. From his time in ECW, WCW, and WWE to his current role in AEW, Heyman has been a part of some of the most memorable moments in professional wrestling history. Here are just a few of his most iconic moments. During his time in ECW, Heyman was a key part of the company's success. He helped to book some of the most brutal and exciting matches in ECW history. One of the most notable matches that he helped to book was the Barbed Wire Massacre match between the Dudley Boys and the Gangrene. This match was so intense that it left the audience on the edge of their seats the entire time. Heyman was also a key part of the storyline between Steve Austin and The Rock. He was the manager of The Rock at the time, and he played a key role in helping The Rock to defeat Steve Austin at WrestleMania 17. Heyman was also responsible for bringing Scott Steiner to WCW and helping him to win the world title. He was also responsible for bringing Brock Lesnar to WWE and helping him to become the youngest WWE champion in history.
Wow.
Heyman has also been a key part of some of the most memorable moments in WWE history. One of the most notable moments that he was a part of was the Montreal. Heyman was in the ring when Shawn Michaels defeated Bret Hart to win the WWE Championship. He was also at the center of the storyline between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. In 2001, Heyman was the special guest referee for the match between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 17. The match was one of the most highly anticipated matches of the event, and Heyman played a key role in helping to make it a success. More recently, Heyman has been a key part of some of the most memorable moments in AEW history. For example, he was the special guest referee for the match between Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page at Full Year 2021. This match was a huge moment for AEW, and Heyman played a key role in helping to make it a success. As you can see, Paul Heyman has been a part of some of the most memorable moments in professional wrestling history. He is a true legend of the game, and his impact will be felt for years to come. Now, it's your turn. What do you guys think of Paul Heyman? Leave a comment below, letting me know. And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss another video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
Okay guys, thank you for watching my videos.